Researchers at the University of Nebraska did this study on 72 undergraduates, right? And what they wanted to do is figure out whether or not your political leanings affect the way you follow eye movements. Really interesting study. I don't think I would ever think to do a study like this, but you know, that's what researchers are for. So
I have something to say about that.
Uh-huh.
Come to me. Okay, interpret. We'll see what that means in a second. Yeah, so what did they find out?
So what they found was that liberals are better at following eye movements than
Totally true. Yes?
than conservatives.
Yes?
That's making me uncomfortable.
Oh, really? Okay.
All right.
I'm
so,
sorry I'm too good at it, because I'm apparently super lit. So,
Right.
Yes.
So let me tell you how they did this experiment, right? So as I mentioned, 72 undergraduate students. This is done at the University of Nebraska. And what they did is they had all of the students sit in front of a computer, and the computer had a face on it, right? And the pupils on the face would move. Now they were told to focus on the face, however, the face is not relevant. What is relevant is that they look for the target on either the right side or the left side of the face, and as soon as they see that target, they click a button. So if it's on the left side, you click one button. If it's on the right side, you click the other button. You get the point, right? Now,
I already have a theory on this. But
Okay.
Go ahead, keep going.
So the pupil of the face would move regardless of where the target is. So in some instances, the target would be on the right side, and the pupil would also move or look to the right side. But in other cases, the target would be on the right side, and the pupil would move to the left side.
Totally got it. What were the results?
Okay, so the results were that liberals are more, liberals are 20 milliseconds or something like that. Yeah, milliseconds faster in responding to the eye movements than conservatives.
That's really interesting. So let's try it with me, okay? God, I am really quick. That's interesting.
Now, okay, as with any other study, you have to be a little skeptical.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. That's
First of all, this study, I feel like this study doesn't say anything about anyone, okay? And I'll tell you why. It was done on 72 undergraduate students, right? And the way that they determine whether or not they're conservative or liberal is they do questionnaires prior to the experiment, and it's self-reporting, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to belittle undergraduates, but how many undergraduates out there are completely, set on their political beliefs? They're still forming and developing their political beliefs.
Oh, well, that's interesting. That's an interesting point, too.
And
But-
another point is, and this was mentioned in the study itself, the sample is not diverse enough. It is not representative.
I got you. Listen, I don't even know what they're proving, though. Like, if your eyes move 20 milliseconds quicker.
This is what they're trying to prove. If you are more respondent to the eye movements of the person that you're looking at or talking to, you are considered more empathetic.
See, I knew it. That was going to be my theory. Okay, my theory is conservatives don't give a shit. They're like, your eye's moving, your eye's not moving. Who cares, right? Like, look, I'm going to do my thing, you do your thing. Which, you can say, God bless. That's a fine ideology, right? As Dave Kohler would say, I play my game, you play your game, okay?
Right.
So now, whereas liberals are like, oh my God, where are your eyes moving? I care so much. Right? And that has a good side and that has a bad side. So I'm not, but empathy overall is, of course, a good thing. This is kind of a funny way of showing it.
It is. And of course, it's a super limited study, so don't try to draw real conclusions from it, right? But the scientist who conducted the study has other explanations. So I want to read you his explanations because I find those fascinating as well. So he says there are several possible explanations for the result. One possibility is that liberals are more empathetic and thus more responsive to others. Another theory, and conservatives are going to love this, another theory is that conservatives are better at following instructions and were thus more likely to listen when the researchers said to ignore the face. Because remember, the whole point is to find the target and press the button that is in response to the target.
This study's already too complicated. But I'm a lib. I can't listen to instructions, so I don't know. Look, the empathy thing, I'm buying a little more, but I'm enormously biased. Besides which, 20 milliseconds, I think everybody's going to be all right.
Right.
Okay.
But what I do love about this study and other studies that we've talked about, for instance, we've talked about how conservatives have larger amygdalas.
Yeah.
We've talked about the DRD4 gene. I love that we're starting to focus on the biological things that could drive our political ideals.
Right, because maybe one day we can fix the conservatives.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
See, by the way, like Glenn Beck sees that, his head explodes. I knew it! I knew it! They want to do eugenics! Hey, take it easy. We're just playing, Glenn. Nobody's going to do anything, okay? I was going to say slow your eye movement down, but he's already slowed down, right?
Right.
Because being a conservative is like, what?